My name is Adam Ambruso, and I'm currently working on Maserati the Brothers.
Let's talk a little bit about Maserati the Brothers. How's that project coming along, and why did you want to be a part of it?
It's going along great. We're going to be filming at the end of May, and they've already been doing some filming already. And I mean, who would want to be a part of Maserati the Brothers? I mean, it's a kind of an iconic car film.
Mhm,
I love cars, and yeah, I just thought it sounded like an amazing project to be a part of. The script is very, very good, and the cast is amazing. The director's incredible. The producing team is great. So these are the things you look for when you're in this business. Is you're looking for
mhm,
number one, a team, and then number two, uh, after you like the team, do you like the subject matter? And this is going to be an epic film. And I love true stories as well. And it's a
mhm,
period piece. I mean, it checks off sort of all the boxes that you would look for as an entertainment person, a person in entertainment wanting to be an actor or producer or any role, actually.
Awesome. You see, like you said, you seem to be attracted to these based on real event type stories. Trafficked was a movie that really caught my eye. Such a tough story to watch. What was it like being a part of that project?
Thank you. Um, that was amazing. I didn't plan on looking to do a human trafficking film, a film about human trafficking. I just made a decision early on that I wanted to do films that change the world in some way or move, touch, and inspire people. And the minute you make that statement, you never know what you're going to get hit with. And
Mhm,
that script was brought to me, and I read it, and um, I don't think I had a choice whether to
mhm,
make it. I think you read certain things and you realize it's more of a mission,
mhm,
it's more of an obligation or a responsibility when you've learned something.
mhm,
And I just knew that I had to make that film for the world when I read it.
mhm,
And it was an amazing experience for many, many reasons. I mean, I think we had an amazing cast in that as well. The director and main producer on that film was an acting coach, a friend, a mentor. Great working with him, and it was great working, opposite
mhm.
some amazing people. I made some amazing relationships on that film, and you got to really stretch my wings as a producer by adding locations and really helping to get that film made. It sat for 4 years before it reached my hands,
Mhm.
and I was able to get it in production in 6 months by taking it to a group that I had worked with before, the Dallas Buyers Club producers, and I knew that they would respond to this, and they did, and they came in as our first money on the project, and that really helped to get the project going.
Wow, that's awesome. And going from the being an executive producer on Traffic, you produced Diwa, which is a short around the same lines. What what made you want to produce that one, and how is it different from Traffic?
So Dewa, interesting project. Dewa was actually one of my close friends' projects,
Mhm,
and it was about largely based around his wife and another friend of mine. So I really wanted to help them out, and they actually came to me and asked me if I would um, help be involved in the producing team on that one. And that's really where that one came around to me. And I knew a little bit less about the story because it was really their story in many ways.
mhm,
And just really wanted to support them. So that one was something where I was really trying to support some friends of mine in their project, and it did. They ended up doing very well with the project, and it ended up turning out very, very well. And um, they're very talented people.
mhm. Another upcoming project that you have is Dream Big. What can you tell me about that project and how that one came to you?
Dream Big was a and also to be clear on Diwa. I really helped them more on the financial side than anything on the creative side. They were really the creatives on that one. But as far as Dream Big goes, that was a passion project. Really good friend of mine, Obi in Defo, was one of the um, was the director and one of the main creators of it. Um, and Sophie, another friend of mine as well. And Obi unfortunately passed away last year. But uh, he was such an incredible soul and really helped get that project on its feet. And he funded the project. We we started working on that together about 2 years ago by doing the staged readings of it in Santa Monica at the Santa Monica Playhouse. And amazing story about five physically challenged people, uh, really trying to find out what their superpowers in life are. And by meeting each other, they unlock each other's um, superpower in life. And it was incredible. Very, very inspirational story. We did the pilot. I think they're in the process of editing it, and I'm hoping it's going to see the light of day soon. And definitely would like to do that for Obi. But it was an incredible group of people uh, that were making um, that TV series that we were planning on making.
Mhm.
So
Wow.
it was an honor to be a part of it.
You seem to really diversify yourself in the projects you are a part of, not just, being an actor, also producing. Um, what keeps your drive going? How do you keep motivated and just moving forward?
That's a good question. I think listen, I started out just acting. I've always loved media, film and TV, and I think that really helps is when you really have a passion for an area. A lot of my notable moments in life emotionally, I think, were in front of media because I was a latchkey kid and raised by a single mom. So I have a real strong connection with that. And I think wanting to give that back to people, wanting to also help people grow and have formative moments through media has been something that I've been passionate about. And that keeps me motivated. And I think, I, once you get into the business, you don't want to just do one thing,
Mhm.
right? Because if you really love the business, you just kind of do whatever is needed to further the project along. And I think I produced because I liked it to be creative, right? I produced because I want to act, or I want to write, or I want to potentially direct something that I've written. And that's what keeps me motivated, I think, is finding great projects and finding how I can keep keep the process going and maybe doing bigger projects, maybe doing more influential projects. I think motivates me. I feel like I want to work with the most talented people in the business because it makes me rise to a different level. It challenges me to ask more of myself, and I'm always wanting to be my best self. And I also feel like, we're here for a bigger purpose, and everybody can fulfill that bigger purpose by whatever their desires are.
Mhm.
This happens to be something that really makes me happy and makes me excited to do, and I would like to use that to continue to reach a larger audience, do more impactful filmmaking and TV series, and that's what really drives me, even when sometimes things are maybe there's lulls or
Mhm.
there's difficulties because there always is in getting projects done. I just feel like if I just keep pressing through, something bigger will take over,
Mhm.
and that stardust, that fairy dust that seems to happen every time a film finally gets made.
Mhm.
Um, I know it'll eventually appear if I just stay long enough.
Definitely. Going with that, the Hollywood industry isn't for everybody. It could take a toll on your mental health. What do you do to, keep that humbleness that you have, that drive, and keep your mental health in a healthy place because for every project that gets made and put out there, there's a ton of projects that don't see the light of day. So, what do you do to keep your mental health?
Ooh, that's a good. Yeah, you're keying in on some key topics. I think that mental health is a very timely thing to talk about. I mean, Obi, to your point, Obi, who created Dream Big, uh, he died of a dis eating disorder, which uh, ultimately stems from mental health, right? And stress and things that he was dealing with that he was choosing eating as his way to cope. So the way I think that I have really been able to navigate the difficulties of this particular industry and life in general, you know, you could say life in
Mhm,
general um, is can be challenging, but this business does have sort of some extreme versions of that, you could say. I think spirituality, I think knowing what you believe
mhm,
is a key factor in mental health. I think that that's really helped save me through a lot of difficult times, is really having an understanding in my creator, a higher power, understanding that this is not all about me,
mhm,
uh, that you know I was created by a loving father, and having a spiritual understanding of that has been and that using that as my guidepost has been, I mean, indispensable. I mean, I can't imagine not having had that. I think I would have gone down some wrong paths. I think that's key. Once that's in place, I think that having a support system around you and then and having balance. Um, Now, with that being said, I know there's times of balance and there's times of out of balance. I'm not saying you should always be in balance, but I think that as much as you can, I think making it not all about work, which I can tend to be a workaholic. So that's a constant reminder of myself is okay, time to turn it off and pour into your family, pour into your friends, let them pour into you. And I think that's a real key element is being able to take that downtime. Also, alone time is
mhm,
another huge aspect. You know, um, being a, you know, I can't be creative when there's tons of people around. You know, you're stimulated, you're overstimulated sometimes. So I think really being quiet, being with myself is a key element. Spending time with friends and family, and really being centered and honoring my spiritual connection with God. I think those are um, my pillars, my three pillars.
mhm.
That if one of those gets out of whack, um, you know, problems start to arise.
Wow, definitely. And there's a project you're yeah, coming up for you that I've been very interested in for a while since I started reading about it. Eyes in the Trees. It's based off of the island of Dr. Moreau. And Anthony Hopkins in it, who's probably one of the top actors on my list. What is it like to be on a project like that with an incredible cast, a brilliant script, and just so much anticipation for it?
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Thanks for your excitement. I'm excited as well. Yeah, Anthony Hopkins to me is he's one of the top actors in the world. You know, he's just such an artist, and I have great respect for him. So really was looking forward to being in a project with him. He actually filmed his scenes early, so I didn't even get to actually be with him in the movie because there was a writer's strike and we had to film him out early. But love being in a project with the caliber of his talent in it. I was acting opposite Jonathan Rhys Meyers and
Mhm,
Ashley Green, two other very talented actors,
mhm,
and have great respect for them as well. And it was fantastic working with both of them. And the story, Matt, you know, listen, H.G. Wells,
mhm,
we're dealing with like some pretty awesome material here to begin with. And everybody loves this whole idea of the mad scientist going off to an island and experimenting for the sake of science and then science going wrong. And this has been a sort of scary topic for a long time. I mean, I think we've even seen it kind of come to real life here in the world. It's a good cautionary tale that we need to keep reminding ourselves of. But this will be a fun modern take on it, and I think the cast and crew that they got were really good. So this will come out in 26, and it was really fun to get to work with people like that in Thailand, and the whole experience was incredible.
Another movie of yours that I saw recently is Slayers. That seemed like such a fun project to be a part of. What was it like to be a part of that project?
Slayers was fun. That was during COVID, so no one was working, and luckily I had the opportunity to work. That was cold, and it was in New Mexico, and but great working with the cast. I mean, everybody was fantastic. Another good group of people that I've looked up to and watched over the years. So getting to work with them was great. Getting to play a bad guy and play a vampire with no clothes on and freezing weather was interesting. I got to, beat up, one of the other main leads as well, which was fun. Speaking another language, that was a lot of fun. I enjoyed my time on that set, and um, I wore a ton of makeup, which was which was challenging. And putting these the vampire eyes in was interesting. Uh, but we filmed some of it in LA, which was a whole nother experience, much easier. And the temperature in LA, as you know, is always incredible. So it was two extremes, but it was a lot of fun filming that. And it was great to be working during COVID, which was cool. And we were doing the whole mask thing, of course, and that's back when they had this crazy protocol behind the scenes and COVID tests, every time you're going in to sign in for the day. But good people in New Mexico too. The first time I've ever worked out there, and I really liked the mentality of the crew in New Mexico. Just really humble, uh, hardworking, good people.
Awesome. Well, congratulations on all your projects.
Thank you.
You're an extremely great person. I love how humble you are, and thank you very much for taking time to talk.
Thank you so much. I feel like you're very humble as well, I can tell. And I would ask you 100 questions if I could, but I know that's not the roles aren't reversed right now. So thank you for the great questions and your time and for giving me the opportunity to be on your great show.